Chakra King Black. Chakra King Black in the building.
Deeper again, deeper again. And watch the people again, the people.
This is one of my intros I worked on.
Nobody compares to this game.
This is Peeper Game intro I made a while back.
One day everybody will know his name.
I'm gonna rock the instrumental for a second.
One day everybody will know his name. People up, people up, people up, people up, people up. People up, people up, people up. Watch people again. Nobody compares to this game. One day everybody will know his name. People up, people up, people up, people up, people up.
What's up? What's up? Lordship in the building. How y'all doing? Is this still a delay? Okay, hold on. I mean the echo. What's cracking? I'm only gonna be here 5 minutes. I haven't went live in a while, and I feel like I haven't been meeting my obligations. You know, if you're gonna be a content creator or whatever, you need to be consistent. But you know, it's always something. It's always something going on. It's always some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And you know, 9 times out of 10, it's some bullshit involving us, we. You know, I want to deal with them, but I don't have time to deal with them because I'm always dealing with us. You know what I'm saying? So, I just lost a first cousin to gun violence. Um, maybe 11 hours ago. I mean, when I found out, it was already 5 hours had passed. So now it's probably 11 or 12 hours. Uh, it happened in Detroit. I don't want to give too many details because it's very easy to find out who. You know, my chat room is smart. Trolls are smart. Don't get it twisted. They're very smart. I don't have no enemies, but I lost a female first cousin in Detroit several hours ago. Let's say about 12 hours ago. Someone got out of the car and just started shooting into her house, and she. I don't want to say where she got shot. No, I don't want to give too many details, but yeah, it's usually it's somebody I know, somebody else, family. You know, one of my homies. You know, sometimes it's family, but it's not family. You know, it's like somebody who's close, like family, or somebody that's kind of related through marriage. But this was a first cousin. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, yeah. Yeah, I'm petty Tony today. Yeah, cause yeah, I'm petty Tony today. But yeah, right on. I'm far away from the pack, so you know, I mostly see family on social network. I'm separated from the group, from the tribe, but my uncle had just lost his wife to corona, and then now his daughter has been taken away from us too soon. And I was talking to my wife the other day, and you know the show wasn't even going to be about this, but thank you, Soccer King and everybody. My wife said they're going to make it easier for people to get guns, and I guess she talking about my state. I'm not sure, but she said that you're not going to have to jump through so many hoops and so many delays to get a weapon. And I said, she said that like it was a bad thing, and I was like, no, that's a good thing. That because when my father, I have a license to purchase weapons. You have to take a test like a driver's license. Yeah. So I mean, I have several licenses, but I'm trying to work my way up to. I want to be a PI, you know. But right now, I have other licenses that allow me to do certain things for certain people in the private sector. That's a nice way of putting it. Read between the lines. But yeah. She said, now it's going to be anybody can get a gun. Well, criminals don't use legal methods to get guns. It was always easy for a criminal to get a gun. It was hard for a legitimate person to get a gun. So if it's easier for a non-criminal person to get a gun to protect themselves, I think that's better. That's all I'm saying. that's a win-win because it was never hard for a criminal to get a gun. You see what I'm saying? So I had to convince her. I had to slow it down. I had to repeat it. I had to run it by her. I said, look, you got to order your, chances are the gun store don't have your gun available. So you got to pay them. Then you got to wait for your damn gun to come in. Then you got to wait for your artillery to come in. And then when you need more artillery, it's like a waiting game. It's like wait for this and wait for that. You got to wait for your background check to go through. When a criminal can just go to the east side and lay somebody with some cash and boom, the serial numbers already scraped off and all kind of shit. Barrel already sawed off. So it's hard for the legitimate person to get the non-criminal to get a weapon. And if the laws is gonna change to make it easier for them, then that's great. Because my wife said, anybody gonna be able to get a gun easier now. Well, the people who's doing bad things with guns never had a problem getting a gun. And, guns don't kill people. A gun just sits there. People pick up a gun and kill people with guns. See, guns don't kill people. People kill people with guns. So I actually decided that, if you live in an apartment or whatever, you really shouldn't have a gun. I mean, it's good to have, but you need, a shotgun could be okay. But if you have an apartment directly across the hall, when you walk out your door, your neighbor's door is across from your door in the hallway in the apartment, that's a lose-lose situation. You're gonna kill your neighbor looking through the peephole, dealing with the intruder. And if you're cleaning your weapon in your house, outdoors you aimed the weapon downward or whatever. But in an apartment there is no up or down. If your firearm accidentally goes off, you can kill your neighbor downstairs, which is not funny. Or you can kill your neighbor upstairs, or wound them, or hospitalize them or paralyze them. So guns are very, dangerous and sensitive, but if handled correctly, it can come in handy. People use them for legitimate reasons. They use them for hunting and protection and security. And I'm gonna be honest. I used to live in a when I first struck out on my own as a young man, and I got tired of dealing with parents and stuff and depending on them. Like, to transition to adulthood sometimes could be tricky, especially if you don't just jump off into college or jump off into the military. And you have to reach a point where you say, you know what? I'm a grown-ass man. So I stayed in a place that wasn't too safe, but at least it was my own. And I slept with a street sweeper. Yeah, it's a double pistol grip shotgun. It's kind of small. It can fit under your trench coat. It has 2 pistol grips on it, and you cock it by pulling the pistol grips apart. And I used to sleep with that like a teddy bear, and I slept like a baby every night. I slept so good. And then once I left that place, I used to have nightmares about that place. But I heard neighbors, in the place next door, like getting raped or whatever. People found with their legs broken behind the building. A guy, different things, But you know what? Nobody bothered me. One time, I think a crackhead threw a rock at my window, and so I shot the gun upward. But there's a condo across the street, like a high-rise condo. So they tried to say that I shot towards the building or something. And you know what? To be honest, it wasn't even me that fired it. My father fired it. And so when I went to work, I found out that the police had checked each place, but my father showed me how to hide the weapon, and you hide it in plain sight. Basically, I'm not going to give the game away, but they didn't see the weapon at all. They didn't, and I never got in trouble, and nobody got hurt. But so I understand having a gun and the importance of having a gun and how you can have a slight peace of mind. But in my state, you cannot. What's up, observer stuff in the building? In my state, you will be dead if you follow all the rules of handling a gun. In my state, you will be dead before you can defend yourself. And if you give the details of how you handled that gun, if you do have to deal with an intruder or something like that, and you don't follow protocol and the rules, you can be in serious trouble in my state. So you have to get extra credentials. You're going to need a concealed carry and a good reason for it. And if you have a kid in your house, there's no way you can use that gun to defend yourself against the intruder because you have a kid in your house. There's a certain way that you have to have the weapon secured. By the time you unsecure that weapon, you'll already be dead. If you get carjacked or anything like that, by the time you unsecure that weapon and be able to use it properly, you'll be jacked. You'll be dead. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah. You know, my cousin, may she rest in peace. She was murdered in Detroit last night in her own home, sitting on the couch. It wasn't a stray bullet. It was deliberate. And I don't know what the details are. I guess, you know, people get out their car and pick a house to shoot at, or they have their own reasons. I don't know. But Detroit is still Detroit. It ain't the old Detroit that it used to be, but Detroit is still Detroit. Detroit is the proper way to say it. Detroit. It's French. Even though it was colonized by the British, it has a French name. Right on. I appreciate that. Right on. I just came on to holler because I ain't been live in a minute. I got to go handle some business. And at the beginning of the show, in case you missed it, I was playing Peeper Games intro because I really like that intro. I sung. That was me singing on the track. I think I might have a career in Afro pop. I might have to pursue that. I'm gonna have a fake Nigerian accent, you know. And yeah, I'm still in the air. It's my first cousin. I'm still don't know how to feel right now because I'm, you know, I don't be around it's still family. I don't be around her, but her father, my uncle, was he presided over my mom's funeral. My uncle on my father's side and my aunt on my mother's side are both ministers at the same church. They presided over my mom's funeral. So when my uncle lost his wife, because she was there for me, but because of Corona, I couldn't go there to the funeral or nothing like that. And he couldn't see her while she was in the hospital until she died. And now he's still mourning his wife. And now his daughter has been murdered, which is my cousin. And I see her on Facebook all the time, having a great time with family, partying, getting ready to go out, and stuff like that. I think she's a grandmother. And I'm like, wow, you know, this out the blue. Because, you know, I don't know. This might be like a first in the family in a way, you know. So, but it's all good. It's all good. I'm very religious in a way. I'm not a fanatic, but my uncle is you know, they know where she's at. They know where she went. They know who she's with. we have to stay here on this planet and deal with the issues on this planet. But where she's at, she don't have to deal with any of that stuff. Now, I was going to play the video from Fifi, apologizing to, what's his name? But I had the video early on, but I just never had time to go live. And now the video has been heavily exploited. I don't know if I can add anything to it or give my input on it, and because people had a lot of things to say already that I couldn't say better. So I'm gonna just go on and go to work. I'm gonna slide with y'all. What's up, Tara and Heron? I'm gonna be back. Catch the replay. I'm gonna be back live and more often. So peace and hair grease.
His Lordship, man, barely alive. Gentlemen, we can rebuild him. We have the technology. We have the capability to make the world's first Ebonic man. His Lordship will be that man, better than he was before, better, stronger, faster.